All right, well, House Resolution 880 is a bill sponsored by Texas Congressman Kevin Brady, and it's also known as the American Research and Competitive Act. It passed a vote in the House last Wednesday. It's set to head now towards the Senate. And to expand on the details of this bill, we welcome in Congressman Kevin Brady. Congressman, it's great to have you with us.
Hey, thanks for having me back. I appreciate it.
All right, I want to talk about your bill real quickly, but first, let's just get a quick take from you, because you're there on the ground. How is everybody doing in and around Houston? We know the weather's been a real issue there, Congressman.
Yeah, we really had record storms come through both Central and East Texas last night and early this morning. Number of people have been reported dead or missing. More than 1,000 homes have been damaged. We got a lot of street flooding and potential stream flooding, and you know, the good news is the drought is broken. Some of the lakes have been half empty for many years. They're starting to refill, but boy, we're getting our fill of the water right now.
Well, our thoughts and prayers are with everybody down there. A very difficult situation. Let's move on though and talk about your bill, Congressman. That's why we have you here. If this were one of those elevator pitches and you had about 90 seconds to tell me and the American people why we should get behind this bill, what would you tell us?
America's economy in the future is an innovation economy. That's going to allow us to compete and create good jobs. We used to lead the world in incentives to do research and development in America. Now, by some reports, we're about 24th ranked in the world. China is growing fourfold, and some that believe they'll surpass us within the decade. And so what this bill does is really incentivize companies to do their R&D here in America. And not only do you create good-paying jobs, especially for those qualified college graduates coming out of school, but where you do the innovation and the research, you often do the production and the manufacturing. So it's really about restoring America's leadership in innovation.
This is one of those lagging side effects of the Great Recession. We're still seeing a lot of companies cut back on the research and development, and we've yet to see that rebound as it did before 2008. I want to take a quick look here at a statement from the White House Office of Management and Budget. They say if the president were presented with his H.R. 880, his senior advisors would recommend that he veto that bill. Why does the White House then, if you say what you say is true, want to stifle innovation?
Well, they're taking a very narrow view, and I think it's because Republicans are sponsoring the bill. The truth is, Democrats and Republicans support this bill, always have. The problem is it's always been a temporary provision. Even though it's been in law since the 80s, it's been extended 1 or 2 years at a time, which means our businesses don't make those investments because there's no certainty. So they're saying it will cost a lot of money to make it permanent, although it will cost no more money than if you extend it year by year by year. The only difference is you lose the bang for the buck from this tax provision. So I think the White House is being very short-sighted, and I think at the end of the day, you know, they're seeing Republicans push innovation. You know, they'd rather have themselves do it. But look, both parties ought to work together on this one.
Yeah, when you look at the lead time, a lot of times for big products, it can be a few years before you actually have that come to market. So an interesting take there. Real quick, Congressman, we've got about a minute left. I want to get your take on this trade bill, where things stand now. I'm looking at an article from Politico right here. Paul Ryan and Majority Whip Steve Scalise are increasingly confident that they can commit or can limit the conservative defectors to those who have already declared their opposition. Do you think this bill is going to get passed here in the near future?
Yeah, absolutely it will, and here's why. Look, who do you want control over what you buy and what you sell? Do you want the government or do you want consumers? And that's what this whole bill is about, getting government out of the way, lowering border taxes, lowering red tape, allowing our companies to compete. And so for conservatives, this is all about economic freedom and creating jobs. And so, yeah, I'm you know, with any other president, this thing would already be through and signed into law. There's a great deal of mistrust, but in fact, the bill actually muscles up Congress's constitutional powers over trade, and it's tremendous for the economy. We're going to get it done.
But you're okay with the president's fast-track authority, as it's been called?
Well, actually, the way it's designed, this is more of a slow track. For the first time ever, it requires the president to publish this trade agreement for the whole country to see for 60 days before he signs it.
All right, so that would be a good check. That would be a good check. Congressman, thank you for your time. And again, good luck to everybody there in Texas as the rain continues.
Thank you, sir.
We'll be thinking about those folks. Congressman Kevin Brady. Coming up, a roundtable. Ellis Hinnikin joins us as we take a look at the other woman in the presidential race. Oh, yeah, Carly Fiorina. How'd she woo voters in Iowa? Take a look at that.